Today I'm sitting down with T. Martin, co-proprietor of the iconic Commander's Palace in New Orleans, a cornerstone of modern Southern cuisine that's been thriving for over 130 years. T has helped lead the restaurant to earn 7 James Beard Awards, multiple Wine Spectator Grand Awards, and numerous personal accolades, including Executive of the Year and Restaurateur of the Year, cementing her legacy as one of the most accomplished voices in American hospitality. T, welcome to DITL.
So good to be here.
Thank you for coming in all the way from New Orleans.
Down yonder.
Yeah, I know. I feel like you have down. Can you teach me? Down
Yonder.
There we go.
I can't think about it. I can't even say New Orleans if I'm thinking about it. But give me 2 drinks and I say it all right.
I probably say it in a really funky way. My husband even says the way I say farmer's market is
There's something going on there. I think I'm with him on that. Yeah.
Well, welcome to DITL.
So
On
good to be here.
DITL, we always start with what time do you wake up and how do you get your day started?
I hate that the world wants me to get up early, but I'm usually up by 7. If I can sleep late on the weekends, I do. But
What is the world wanting you to get up and do?
I don't give a hoot what they want. I'm gonna have my coffee, which has to be New Orleans coffee and chicory. We have our own brand actually with French Truck, and I just think it's the best damn thing in the whole world. I actually travel with it, including internationally. But
Where do we find that? Can we order?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, most groceries in New Orleans, I know it's online at commanderspalace.com or whatnot, but it's all over New Orleans. It's kind of a big time New Orleans brand in the last bunch of years with these fabulous young people doing great coffee and whatnot. So
Yeah, but like someone who works in the space and has traveled the world, probably drinking coffee from everywhere. Is this something that you created and or discovered or
no, coffee and chicory is a thing that's been in New Orleans a long time. They say, and some people get offended, but too bad. I think it is what it is, that they use it to stretch the coffee during, tough times. And so it's a taste that you get used to. So New Orleans coffee tastes extremely strong, but it's not because literally the chicory in the coffee is displacing some of the caffeine in coffee. So it's an acquired taste. But the guy who makes our coffee is like, we don't make coffee and chicory. I don't want to do that. Can you do something else? Anyway, he makes it now, and it's his favorite. So
there you go.
Anyway.
How do you drink it?
I just have my, it's almost like a milkshake with a bunch of different milk, and a little bit of sweetener.
Okay.
I'm into monk fruit these days. You like monk fruit? That's like my thing.
I don't do much sweetener.
Oh, good for you.
I used to be one of those people who would have like a vanilla something in my coffee.
Yeah.
And in the last couple of years, I've completely weaned myself from all added flavor and sweeteners in my
Just
coffee.
straight up.
I do a little bit of whole milk and that's it.
Good. Very good. I like it. I do that sometimes.
Maybe
once in a while,
I'll try the
espresso.
monk fruit.
Yeah. Give it a go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to change it up once in a while.
Yeah.
Do you eat breakfast?
I'm a big breakfast person. I have to have breakfast. My mother was a lady named Ella Brennan who, with her family, created something called Breakfast at Brennan's. So I think that breakfast and eggs actually paid for my education. Maybe that's why I'm so partial to it. Really, I just love that meal period and all that food. So I have a little something in the morning, frequently eggs, and a little toast or something. And then I'm an exerciser. I exercise almost every day.
Is there a favorite way to eat your eggs?
Poached. Period. End of story.
How do you make the perfect poached egg?
Well, I cheat. There's that little thing that you can buy with a little bit of water, and you do it really quick in the microwave. But it comes out really good.
Uh-huh.
I know. I love it.
Okay. If you're doing that, then we can do it.
Yeah.
And then get in.
We don't do that at the restaurant.
Never.
No.
Tell us about the exercise routine.
Well, if I'm having a good day, I get to ride my bike, which I live right by Bayou St. John and, near a fabulous park and lake. So if it's a good day, I get to bike or walk there. However, on most days, I'm way too busy. So I'm on the exercise bike. I am emailing, work friends. I'm emailing, I'm watching MSNBC, and I'm writing for half an hour or so. And then I will tell you, ever since I was young, I do push-ups and sit-ups. So I do like 260 sit-ups You can't believe how fast you can do that.
A day?
Yeah, you do sets of 60, bada boom, they're over. And then the push-ups. I've had to give up the push-ups. Got a little bum shoulder going on, so I can still do planks and that. So
how did you get to the number 260?
Okay, so when I was very young, the only big fight I really had with my mom was I wanted to join the military briefly because I just wanted to do the athletic part. What do you call that? I wanted to do boot camp.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a really big fight. I didn't end up getting to do that. But in that process, I found out that that's how many push-ups they do and sit-ups. So I just started doing it when I was 20, whatever, 3.
I mean, they're incredible. Push-ups,
ridiculously
especially.
efficient.
Yeah.
Ridiculously efficient.
I'm still working on my form for a good push-up.
Okay, well, we can work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Okay.
I'm here for you. Looks like a nice carpet.
We could do a little demo out front here.
Well, I used to run with the dog, the golden retriever, and then she would get exhausted and I would stop and do sit-ups and push-ups on concrete. So whenever anybody's like, ew, I don't have a pad, I'm like, seriously, just get on the floor and do your push-ups and sit-ups.
Yeah. Okay, so after the workout routine, whether it's on the bike or at home on the bike,
right.
What comes next for you?
Then I'm dashing always to some meeting. I co-founded a culinary school called NOCI, New Orleans Culinary Hospitality Institute. And so I usually have some meeting or Zoom or have to go there to some. My favorite thing is when they're cooking. They do their own little restaurant pop-up or things like that. Or they showcasing something. So I'm either running there or I have another little place called Picnic, Provisions and Whiskey, and I'm running there to a meeting. And then I end up Commanders, and then I'm there through the evening.
I have always said that in my next life, or like in my retired life, I want to go to culinary school.
Come on, girl.
I have always loved cooking.
Yeah.
My grandmother was an incredible cook.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was a great cook.
Where are you from?
Here, Los Angeles.
Okay.
But my grandmother grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay.
My mom was born in Chicago and then moved to LA when she was 2. So she's basically from here.
Yeah.
But they both were amazing cooks.
Yeah.
And so from a young age, I was in the kitchen cooking with them.
Yeah.
And I have had this lifelong dream of eventually going to culinary school.
Oh.
And
Come on.
maybe that's how I get to school in New Orleans one day. I almost ended up at Tulane.
Really?
And I didn't. I ended up at University of Wisconsin, but maybe school in a different way will take me there.
Yeah. That program is 6 months. We do culinary enthusiast, one-day things, which are great fun. But yeah, it's a 6-month program, which a lot of the major programs are going towards because it's not 2 years, 4 years, whatever, and hopefully you already have or will get the rest of your education. And we actually were just accredited. And anyway, but think about it, 6 months.
Yeah. Do you spend time?
You know what, though? I'll let you come audit some classes. You could just come.
I would love
Take a
that.
peek. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Do you spend time now with the students, or are you more so spending time with the teachers and the administration? Like, what part of that?
It's all the administration and raising money and all that kind of stuff. But I teach a class on hospitality, what I call the hospitality revolution and fanatical hospitality. And that's my main shtick in life. And I think my raison d'etre. And so I work a lot on that wherever I am. So.
What does hospitality mean for you in your day-to-day? It's something that we think about, we're not in the food and restaurant space, but we are in the services business. And your experience here is hospitality. And what are we offering you to drink? And what is the experience as a whole? How do you think about hospitality in your day-to-day, and what do you do? I don't know, what do you do to incorporate that in everything that you're doing?
Well, first I'll answer the first of those 97 questions. And to me, hospitality is every single thing any business or organization or person does to affect the way their guests or customers feel, period, everything. So like you said, when I came in, this lovely lady asked me if I wanted something to drink, and sadly for her, I said tea. So it came with all sorts of accoutrements, and I said, I'm sorry, I should have asked for water. Anyway, but it was extremely hospitable. That is not what you get in most of the world. And I just think that
Great to hear.
It's true. Or
I
wouldn't have said it.
Good job, dear media today.
Yeah, she was lovely and very gracious about it. And so I literally think, if your website is clunky. If all those things, anything affecting, how your guests feel. I was involved in something yesterday where we have this little balcony that we don't use off a room, and a guest wants to use the balcony, and it's not safe because anyway. And so, but the way the manager needed to say it to them was, let me explain why we don't. First, you need to say, let me see if I can make that happen for you, knowing full well she couldn't. The idea is make the guests feel you're on their side and you're going to try. Don't lead with no. Or you lead with, let me see if we can't figure this out. You know what I mean? And so that's the whole thing you're trying to get to, is that we lead with that, even if you kind of know you can't do it. So I just think that it's the most important thing we can do in this world because we're losing it. And it's much needed. And I am on a mission about it.
How do you teach that? What is this course without us not signing up for the course itself? But what are you teaching in that class?
Well, a lot of things that we do at Commanders, and it's you have to daily work on that with your own team so that they're giving it to other people. I mean, there's not a thing I'm going to say to you here that's, lightning that you've never heard before, but can you really do it? I mean, we talk in there about the hospitality, about body language. It's absolutely critical. We say, you call and speak to our reservations. Can I hear a smile? You know what it feels like when the person hi. Also, introductions at the door. Most restaurants, there's some young insecure person who goes, hi, table for two. I'm like, no, we want to give a welcome, welcome to Commander's Palace. How are you all today? Just a big, huge welcome and goodbye. We just talk about all of it nonstop. We have signs all over the restaurant talking about our, fanatical commitment to the consistent execution of the fundamentals and all these type of things that we just talk about nonstop. And that's how you do it. I give them a lot of examples of hospitality in the course. And this last time that I taught it recently, young lady came up to me. She goes, I'm taking this course the second time because she came and took culinary arts. Now she's came back for pastry. And she goes, I brought what you taught to where I was working. And she goes, I'm telling you, it made an effect. And so I just think that we can do that. But we got to try. Mm-hmm. And I think New Orleans is one of the best places for that. We come by it a bit naturally, but we still have to work at it like everybody. Mm-hmm.
How do you give that feedback to someone when you're met with, dare I say, bad hospitality?
In another business?
Yeah, or even in your own.
Yeah. In another business, I'm reluctant to do that. What I'd like to say is not everyone is meant to be in hospitality. Anyway, or maybe you'd like to be in a different department, Mm-hmm. But at our place, one of our big sayings is it's an honor to serve. Today I'll serve you, tomorrow you serve me. And I get a thrill out of doing everything I can think of to pamper you and make you feel great in your experience. And that, I think some people feel that it's demeaning to serve other people. That's why we like to use the word it's an honor, because I think it is. I want the same thing when I come to your place or when you're, serving me in any way. Mm-hmm. But I just think it's a real gift in life. And this world is sadly missing it and affecting us in horrible ways.
What are things that you think people can do in their own just regular lives,
right,
to bring this sentiment back?
Right. I mean, I think acknowledging people, like where I'm from, when you walk down the street and you pass somebody, you acknowledge. I mean, so I have to say hello 30 times mm-hmm. while I walk in the park. I mean, I'd just rather do that than just, walk past people who ignore each other. So I think acknowledging people. I think a little smile, a little body language. I teach the staff all the time. I mean, I don't want you to bow, but if I lean over and put my hand out to show you the way, how gracious is that? Mm-hmm. Or I could just walk past you and bump into you.
Right.
We could do that. Let's do that. I mean, most of these things cost you nothing. But if you care about how you make people feel, who really gets the most out of it, I think the giver usually does. So
totally.
Once you realize that, you're happier to give.